Hey, what's up everyone? Johnny the Geek here. Welcome to It's Good to Be Geek. Today I'm going to be unboxing the CM Storm Quickfire Rapid, and this is a sort of a special edition limited run because it has Cherry MX green switches, right? And so for those of you who know a little bit about the MX switches, Cherry MX green, it's basically like a Cherry MX blue, except there is a little bit more of a resistance, right, when you press on to the key. So it's heavier. It feels heavier to type on this, but you get the whole tactile feedback, a little click feel to it, as well as the sound, the audible, the really loud click noise, right? So both of which, to some people, like myself, is very satisfying to have that tactile feedback click as well as the sound, right? So anyways, there aren't too many of the green switches in this particular keyboard. There's a lot of blue, red, brown, and I think maybe that's it. But green switches, pretty rare, right? And so let's go ahead and crack this sucker open. Here's the front, here's the back, here's all the stuff that you get, and Cherry MX switches, N key rollover in PS2 mode. I'll tell you what that's about in a little bit. Extra keycaps here for different colors and customization, right? You're able to route your USB cable, yada yada. All right, Windows key. You can disable the Windows key for game mode. All right, so enough about that. Let's get right into it. Open this up here. Now, because of the rarity, this is probably a little higher than MSRP, so you're gonna have to look at the description. I'm gonna have to figure it out what it is later. But anyways, so here it is. We'll get to this in a little bit. Let's look at what else we get here. Quickfire Rapid User Guide. Right. Oh, they have a gray and a black bezel. Right. And that's it for that. Yes. All right. So here is the USB to PS2 connection. Right. What basically its main purpose for this is allowing you for N key rollover of more than 6 keys. So basically you can press, if you have this plugged into the PS2 port and the keyboard plugged into the USB port here, you can have more than 6 keys, pressing more than 6 keys at the same time for it to register, right? Why would you want to press more than 6 keys? I don't really know. If you do know, feel free to leave a comment down below why you would want to smash down on more than 6 keys. Unless you're like super fast typer, ridiculously so fast that you could, I don't know, type 6 letters at a time, whatever. Anyways, so yeah, that's what that is for. Then we have the USB cable here. Pretty standard affair. It's a USB to mini B cable, right? It's a pretty good size. I would say that's maybe 5 feet ish or 4 feet. I don't know. I'll look it up. Right. Then the extra keycaps here, as well as the keycap puller. So that's pretty much it for what's in the box. All right. Now, you get the WASD keys, right? So the letters are on the bottom side here, and then you have arrows indicating, because typically this is what you would be using for up, down, left, right, WASD in your gaming FPS type games. Then you have 2 Cooler Master keys here to replace whatever escape, I guess, if you want, with those. All right, so let's take a look now at the keyboard itself. Voila. All right, so as an example, let me go ahead and take out W and replace it with the red W. And let's just go ahead and take a look at the switch itself here. Right, so that's a green switch. Like I said, it's a little bit more resistance. It takes a little bit more pressure to press down than a blue key. And here I've got a blue. This is the what the hell is this? This is a Thermaltake Poseidon ZX, and this is a Cherry MX blue switches, right? And we'll go ahead and take this key out here. This has a LED in it, so pay no attention to that. So these keys are lighter, but they sound the same. Well, actually, they don't sound the same. These are a little bit more audible. These are a little bit louder in the click noise. So let me go ahead and hold the, I'm gonna hold the keyboard up to the microphone here. You can't really see the microphone, but here it is. Right, so that's the CM Storm. That's what the CM Storm sounds like. And so that's pretty much, if I were to describe the feeling of pressing this key, as you're pressing down, right, and about halfway, imagine the spring inside, right? When the spring inside kind of presses the button, once it basically gets to the point where the button is pressed, right, where it registers the key press, a spring releases, right? And when the spring releases, it shoots back up and it hits the key, and that's what you're sort of feeling, right? A little click feeling, right? And at the same time, you're hearing it. So, and then after the click, if you wanted to keep going down, you could. It doesn't really register any type of press or anything like that. The feeling of it as you're going down is a little bit of a resistance to it, right? The same amount of resistance, I would say, before the click, right? So it's like a little bit of resistance, a click, and then a little bit more resistance until you bottom out. Bottom out means you press it all the way down to where the key is hitting the bottom of the keyboard here, the little tray inside, right? So that's pretty much the best way that I could describe it, and it is very satisfying. Again, I'm going to play it for you. Maybe this might be enough to capture the audio. Yep. So that's pretty much it for what the key sounds like, looks like, feels like, and then you've got your USB cable here, which you would just basically plug in, and you can route it to the top here, you can route it to the sides here, however you want. You've got feet here that are not rubberized, right, at the extenders, which I don't like. I wish they were rubberized because my surface is a flat, smooth surface, right? And this might slide around a little bit. But if you have it laying down flat, which I actually do often have it laid down flat, these pieces right here, these are all rubberized, right? So if you lay it down flat, it'll be rubberized. But again, this part right here, the feet, the legs, they are not. And I'm knocking off some points for that. Right? So, Cherry MX Green, rare. They have multimedia keyboard buttons here. And the Windows lock key is right here. And it looks like there is an LED on it. Let me go ahead and plug this in actually and see what that looks like. Oh, you have to hit function. Right, so that turns off the Windows key, which is indicated here by the word Win. And I guess that's what you can do, is replace the Win key here with the Cooler Master instead of a Windows logo, which is what you're used to seeing typically on most keyboards. Right? I don't like having to do function, even though I get it. This is a 10 keyless keyboard and you don't really have a whole lot of room to make dedicated keys here, but I don't think you're able to swap out. I mean, you could sort of remap the F5 through F12, I guess, to be dedicated, so you don't have to hit function, right? But I really don't like having to hold two buttons down, but it is what it is, I guess. All right, you got your CM Storm logo there on the side, nothing on the side. The keys look a little bit glossy, as you can see there, a little bit of a fingerprint magnet, but everything else is the soft touch paint job here, which is also a fingerprint magnet, right? Just from touching it so far, you can see there's a little bit of some fingerprints right all along there, which is disgusting. And that's pretty much it for the CM Storm Rapid 10 keyless green switches, right? I think this is going to be available for sale. Check the description. Message me, I guess, on the various social media sites if you're interested in purchasing this one. If you can't find it anywhere and you got to have the Cherry MX green switch Rapid Eye model here, hit me up. All right, so that's pretty much it. For more unboxings such as this, be sure to subscribe to this channel if you want to watch videos on how to do stuff, tutorial guides, how-tos, all that stuff. Subscribe to my main channel, which is youtube.com/johnnythegeek. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.